Hi folks, how you doing? So today is Saturday, the 13th of August 2022, and here I am in downtown Sydney, and check it out folks, beautiful day here. It's roughly about, I would suspect, 20 degrees, maybe a good say 65 Fahrenheit in the American scale. So it's actually very pleasant. It's not actually cold at all or anything. We got this enormous cruise liner here. It's called the Pacific Encounter, and I'm heading towards the Sydney Opera House. I thought maybe I'd do a sermon on the Mount. So I've done some videos there before to edify the church, but I deleted my last video in which I spoke about the rapture of the church in relation to Yom Teruah, or the Feast of Trumpets, if you like. During this September, 6 weeks from now, September 25th to September 27th, I believe. You can Google that if you want. So in a moment, as I walk here on this beautiful esplanade, on this beautiful day, I'm actually heading towards the Opera House. I just wanted to show you a little bit of Sydney, people dining here, going for walks and things like that. And I actually thought that this will make actually for a better video than the one that I just deleted, because I thought to myself, gee whiz, if I head to downtown this morning, I can actually make a better video. It only got 90 views, so that's hardly anything. And I thought if I can remake it, my message might get out there a little bit better, and it might get a lot more views and therefore edify the church in a much better way. So there you go folks, you got the Sydney Opera House. Now first of all, before I speak about all these things, I do apologize for the shakiness of the camera. I'm using my Samsung cell phone. It doesn't have a stability software built into it. I think that the Apple phones do a little bit better job. I do actually have an Apple, but I prefer a Samsung, to be honest. It's actually a lot easier to live with a Samsung in my view. But there you go folks, Sydney Opera House. Let me see if I can find a quiet spot where people are perhaps not going to bother me with the sound of their voices when they talk and things like that. So let me see what we got here. Really pleasant. Let me do a 360 for you. Nice apartments here, or luxury apartments. Let's go for a little walk, just a little bit further. We've got a few tourists here, and so we need to find a quiet spot. I'm pretty sure we'll find something spectacular on the steps of the Opera House. Gee whiz, have a look at the Sydney Opera Bar. So where I'm pointing my finger right there, there is a bar down there, a diner. You can buy food and obviously drinks and things like that, but it's back to the rafters. So they're actually working here on the Opera House forecourt, if you like, or the Main Square Plaza here. Looks like they're replacing some of the old, what do you call them? The stonework here. I can't find a better word for you right now. I do apologize. Looks like they're putting new, what do you call them? Gee whiz, I can't find the right word, but new. We're getting a new ground, put it that way. So let's keep moving. Check it out. We got the Royal Botanical Gardens there. Just bear with me, folks. I will talk about the rapture in a moment. Let me just get a little bit further up, find a good spot, and show you some amazing scenery, and also show you what Sydney looks like. So like I said on top of my video, it's Saturday, 13th of August 2022, and just going for a bit of a walk. I was gonna get out my electric scooter, but the Saturday was actually going to rain today, so electricity and rain don't mix, so the drill. I actually had to leave it at home. We got the police here with a police car, so obviously for security reasons and things like that. So BMW V8 probably, by the looks. Okay, so we made it to the Opera House forecourt here, the big plaza here. Beautiful day for it. Check it out, folks. Amazing scenery, picture postcard, and done some videos before to edify the church here actually. So let me see if I can actually find a spot. Where can I go to find a good spot? Maybe here I'll find a seat or something and sit down for a bit, because my legs are actually a little bit tired from walking quite a lot. I actually went walking through the Harbour Bridge and all around on that side in front. Have a look at that cruise liner, enormous juggernaut. I spoke to one of the security guards that's actually looking after the cruise ship, and he told me that it can take like up to 40,000 people, and it's quite long. He told me all the statistics, whatever, but I think enough of them, and you know. So anyway, let's keep walking, folks. Here is the Opera House. 6 minutes already, and no Rapture of the church talk yet. But bear with me, it's coming, folks. Electric's good at it. Chopper, not exactly what I need. I actually did a video before for you guys, and I had a chopper hovering on top of me. So hopefully that won't happen this time around. So as I walk here, I hope that you guys, especially my international viewers, can see Sydney. I just remember the word that I wanted to use. They're replacing the tiles here on the forecourt over there, the older ones. So this is a great place to watch theater, concerts, movies, and things like that. So it's not too expensive like people might think. It's actually reasonable. Obviously, it'll cost a bit more because obviously you come into the Opera House, but you know, if you do it 2 or 3 times a year, you know, it's definitely not going to break the bank. You know what I mean? So have a look at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and I got my chair. Hallelujah! I was waiting for something like this, so now I can do this video good and proper for you guys. All right. So, Rapture of the church during Yom Teruah. In my view, you might agree or disagree, but absolutely not. Let me just tell you this straight off the bat. You know, straight off the bat, absolutely not. Now, I say this because, and I'm actually confirming with you guys that in my view there will be no Rapture of the church during Yom Teruah or the Feast of Trumpets next month, 6 weeks from now, on the 25th to the 27th of September. And I say this because Israel has practically run out of time. That's right. Now listen carefully. Israel has run out of time because, you know, Israel has 4 impending major prophecies to be fulfilled, like Isaiah 17.1, in other words, Damascus being a heap of ruins. They also got the Elam Bible prophecy in Jeremiah 49, or chapter 49, verses 34 to 39. And they also got obviously the big war, Ezekiel 38, 39, and the signing of the covenant as per Daniel 9:27, or even for that matter Isaiah 28:15. And you know, you have to be reasonable, folks. Think about this for a moment. Do you honestly think that between now, which today is August the 13th, and next month, you know, during the Feast of Trumpets or Yom Teruah, 6 weeks from now, do you honestly think that, you know, Israel can fulfill these 4 Bible prophecies? Absolutely not. There is just not enough time. Perhaps maybe one. Perhaps we might see, who knows, Isaiah 17.1, or even the Elam Bible prophecy in Jeremiah 49, because things are heating up. You know, in the last few days, we've seen how Israel has taken out the leadership of Islamic jihadists in the Gaza Strip. And we also know that in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah has quite an army, quite a sizable army, and this is causing concern to Israel. And I don't really know, to be honest, if Israel is actually going to go and take out this threat now, or if in fact the Hezbollah army is going to be part of the Ezekiel war in 38, 39. So we'll see how all this pans out. It's too early to tell, so it's not really up to me to tell you this exactly what's going to happen. I can only give you an estimate because we are not the ones in power. So we'll see what happens, but definitely I don't believe that Israel has enough time to fulfill these 4 prophecies by Yom Teruah. So in my view, I'm confirming you right now that there will be no rapture of the church as far as I'm concerned now. A lot of Bible scholars are going to be screaming at this. I can just imagine, heretic, you heretic, how dare you, I understand, that you guys think that, that Jesus has to fulfill 3 more feasts. I completely understand. And let me tell you straight off the bat that I know my Bible. I can study my Bible. And I'm the one who has come out with a couple of world firsts. Watch that video that I did regarding and handing over to you the keys to the rapture of the church, and that world first that I did about debunking Moses as being 100% the second witness together with Elijah. If you read Malachi 3.1, so I know my Bible. I'm just letting you know that I know my Bible. So getting back to the 3 feasts, we know that Jesus has to fulfill Trumpets, Atonement, and Tabernacles. Now, in my opinion, because like I just said, we're not going to have the rapture of the church, in my view, during Yom Teruah. In my opinion, when the rapture of the church does happen, that will be, in fact, in my view, in my opinion, that will fulfill the Feast of Trumpets. So when the rapture happens, that will be the fulfillment of the Feast of Trumpets or Yom Teruah. And in my view, the Atonement or Yom Kippur will be actually during the Tribulation period. And the fulfillment of the Feast of Tabernacles will be when we come back with Jesus for the 1,000 year millennial reign. So with Jesus, of course. So that's my view on it. You might like to agree or disagree. That's fine. I know the Bible scholars think that some think that the rapture of the church needs to happen during Yom Teruah. In my view, not necessarily. Like I just told you why. I think that we really need these 4 prophecies to be fulfilled during the church age, because let's just say that for argument's sake, we have the rapture of the church, like some Bible scholars think, during in September 25th to 27th, in other words, during Yom Teruah next month, 6 weeks from now. Suppose only one Bible prophecy happens between now and then, say Isaiah 17.1. Now, what are you going to do with Elam? What are you going to do with Ezekiel 38, 39? If you read the book of Revelation, now the book of Revelation is very, very, very specific in what it says and what it means. And the book of Revelation doesn't say, oh, behold, and there will be, Isaiah 17.1, in Revelation 6 or 8, during the trib. No, it doesn't say that. Not for that matter does it say that we're going to have the Ezekiel war in any of the Revelation chapters, So quite clearly, if you use a little bit of common sense, these 4 Bible prophecies need to be fulfilled in the church age before the rapture of the church. So I know how strong Bible scholars feel about Yom Teruah and how they feel about Jesus fulfilling this feast precisely during the Feast of Trumpets or Yom Teruah, but look, I'm not saying no to that. It's obviously it's a possibility, but I don't think so. Look, Israel has run out of time, so it's not going to happen, folks. We also got to use a little bit of common sense. And do I think that we're going to be here next year for perhaps a possible rapture of the church during the next Yom Teruah in 2023? I don't say that died, but absolutely not. Absolutely not, because look what's happening in everything in the world right now. Let me show you a view of the Opera House here. These are called sails. Now, do you honestly believe that the rapture of the church will happen next year with everything that's happening in the geopolitical? No way. I mean, The geopolitical right now tells us that, the fulfillment of Isaiah 17.1 will probably be done very shortly, as well as the Elam Bible prophecy in Jeremiah 49, as well as this great northern war of Ezekiel 38:39, and they all belong in this dispensation of the church age. Now, I've done several videos to tell you why, about this, and we are not going to get out of here until these 4 Bible prophecies will be fulfilled, because if you cite that the Ezekiel word 38:39, you put that into the trib, what you're saying is that the tribulation period is going to get longer and longer and longer than the 7 years that has been prophesied. And it just wouldn't work, because how can God glorify himself, whilst at the same time allowing the Antichrist to rule during the 7-year tribulation period? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, no matter which angle you want to think about it or look at it from. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So we can only feed the Isaiah 17.1, the Elam, and the Ezekiel war and the signing of the covenant during the church age. And we are not going to get out of here until all these Bible prophecies be fulfilled. And I also told you that the signing of the covenant, quite clearly, is only for Israel. I think that Isaiah 28:15 summarizes it really, really well. It says that, because you, Israel, not you and perhaps other nations with signatures, with the Abraham Accord signatures, if you like, other countries. No, it says because you, Israel, has signed a covenant with death and health. We are at agreement. Why do you think that God and Jesus are actually sending the two witnesses, Moses and Elijah? It's actually to make the atonement, because Jesus and God are looking up there, in the sky, saying, "Gee whiz, I can't believe what Israel just did." That they made a mockery of this covenant with the Antichrist. This is saying to me, God and Jesus, God the Father and Jesus, that you have no belief in me. That you are denying me, and I have a covenant with you, with the people of Israel and with the land of Israel. How dare you do that? I'm going to send my two witnesses, Moses and Elijah, to make the atonement with you guys. You will believe, Israel, that Jesus is your Messiah and not this Antichrist, in which you have just signed a covenant with. Okay, so I've done video after video on this, making you realize about these things, edifying the church, letting you know exactly what's going to happen in this dispensation of the church age, and also during the trip. So I want you guys to understand. So that's why I wanted to come here on board to actually redo my video, because I thought to myself, if I show you nice scenery like this, like this, and let me get up and actually turn around and show you the opera house, it's actually going to make for a much better video, don't you guys think? Much better video, much better scenery. Now, that video only got me like 90 views, but I thought, well, if I would do it today, it might get 200 views, with a spectacular scenery like this, So I don't mind if you guys want to share my video. I'm more than happy that you do that, because I only got very low numbers in subscribers, and my videos don't get many views. And I know that sometimes I do delete them because, sometimes I think I can do better, but I guess I'll keep this video because of the scenery and stuff, and it'll give me more views, I believe, rather than you guys just seeing me there, in a corner, talking about things and edifying the church. At least here, you can watch some awesome scenery. You get to see what Sydney looks like, That background there reminds me of New York City. It's spectacular. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just don't think that the rapture of the church is going to happen next month at the back end of September during Yom Teruah or the Feast of Trumpets. In summary, Israel it has run out of time practically. There's no time now to fulfill. In other words, there's no time now to have the rapture of the church, because we need these 4 Bible prophecies. How can we have the rapture of the church next month when Israel might not fulfill all these 4 Bible prophecies? Perhaps one, maybe 2. We'll see what pans out. Perhaps they might be able to do between now and next month, or in the next 6 weeks, Isaiah 17.1 and Elam. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what pans out. But I just don't think so. I mean, I'm saying that I don't think that we're going to have the rapture. That's what I'm trying to say. We can't get out of here, or might you realize, until all these 4 Bible prophecies are fully fulfilled. So it'll be interesting to see and hear what Bible scholars say, on the YouTube channels with the videos in the next 5 weeks. I'm pretty sure that a lot of Bible scholars are going to be uploading videos to their channel about the rapture of the church. Not that it's going to be a hot topic. So I'm looking forward to your talk. Now I'm going to be heading home now. Going to cook my dinner. It's 2:30 p.m. So I'm heading over there to get my ferry. So as I walk here, I guess you can see a little bit more scenery, and it'll be a better video and more entertaining for you guys, especially for my international viewers, people that have never been to Sydney before. So you get to see a little bit. It's hard to tell who's a tourist and who lives here, because Sydney now is a multicultural, all of Australia is actually a multicultural country, and so there's people that live here from all over the world. And we got a couple of police officers doing the rounds here. And we got the Sydney Opera Bar. I'll point to that to you guys in a minute. It's just that I'm just going for a bit of a walk here. I'll lower my voice, but that's the Sydney Opera Bar there. People go for drinks and dinner and lunches and things like that. So it's quite spectacular. In the evening here, it's actually amazing because, all the lights, you can see the skyscrapers, the lights and things like that. And it just makes for an amazing walk. You could be here all night and just have a fantastic time. Maybe watch a show here on the Opera House, and come for a walk here, maybe go to the Opera Bar here, have a lunch or a dinner or something, and you have a fantastic time. We got the Royal Botanical Gardens there. Let me just give you a bit of a glimpse of the bar here. So as you can see here, at night time, it's just fantastic. Now let me move over to this side, because otherwise the crowd is going to make a fair bit of noise and you won't be able to hear me. So like I said, in summary, the only time, listen carefully, the only time that people can truly talk about the rapture of the church is actually when Israel has finished the Ezekiel war of 38-39. Now, once Israel does Isaiah 17, Jeremiah 49, and then the Ezekiel war of 38-39, once that is completed, then that's when people can truly say, hey, let me walk around here and show you a little bit of the plaza. That's when truly people can start saying, hey, you know what, the rapture of the church is at any moment now. At the end of the Ezekiel war, not at the beginning, at the end of the Ezekiel war, that's when people can truly say, hey, the rapture of the church is imminent. And why do I say this? Because obviously at any moment after Ezekiel, the Antichrist is going to rock up with Israel's covenant signature, and that's when we'll have the rapture of the church. Thus, this will trigger the prophecy in Paul's in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, that the man of sin shows up. Obviously we got the apostasy, and then bang, rapture of the church. So that's the only time that people can really say, hey, the rapture of the church is near now after the Ezekiel war. Now the Ezekiel war is actually going to be a blessing in itself, because let me move to the side here I don't want to walk past there, and then there's a lot of people talking. I want you guys to hear me, so let me just hop here. I'll sit here and I'll show you the police car. So that's when truly actually people can say that the rapture of the church is going to occur at the end of the Ezekiel war, and it will be a blessing because people will see God's real action by defeating this great northern army. I think God is going to defeat them. I think 85% of this northern army is going to be completely wiped out, and so only 1/6 will remain according to the Bible. And so people are going to go, gee, what is that? Is awesome, God has defeated this great northern army. You know what? I believe in God and Jesus, and more people will go out at the rapture of the church. So this is going to be a blessing. The Ezekiel war is actually necessary in order to save more souls, like before the rapture of the church. So, this is going to be pretty awesome. People are going to see God's power, unlike we haven't seen since Jesus left us, there best 2,000 years ago. So this is going to be a blessing, people. That's truly when people can talk about the rapture of the church is imminent and it can happen at any moment at the end of the Ezekiel Word 38, 39. Alright folks, I think I did enough to edify the church with this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a like so that YouTube can promote this video out there and more people can get edified. The church can get edified by knowing the real truth as far as I'm concerned, about the rapture of the church. Alright folks, a little glimpse here. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.